Hi, I'm Ron Wilstein, and I'm a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties here in Park City, Utah. Today I'm going to share with you the Park City Market Talk webinar for August. And in this webinar, I want to talk about summer. Summer in Park City is so much fun. Many people have only been here for their ski vacations, but the summers are the reasons why people stay. So many activities here, from mountain biking and hiking and boating and you name it. You can hop on the chairlifts and they'll take you up with your mountain bikes, or you can just go sightseeing. And of course, you can make your way over to the Jordanelle Reservoir to do all sorts of water and boating activities. Deer Valley hosts their musical festival, and you can go to deervalleymusicfestival.org to see their schedule. Or you can hop over to the Park City Mountain Resort. They've got lots of summer activities as well as concerts, and see their list of activities. Go to BuyParkCity.com for that list. And then, of course, there's the world-renowned Park City Sunday Market from June through September. A couple of weeks off in August for special events here. We just had the Park City Kimball Arts Festival, and so the Park City Market was canceled for that. But we have a lot you can do in Park City, and if you haven't taken advantage of that, definitely this is your year to do it. You can go to ParkCityMountain.com, see what's happening at the Park City Mountain Resort for activities. They have plenty. And then Deer Valley also has a huge selection. Go to DeerValley.com to see what they have to offer. And don't forget about Woodward Park City, the latest and greatest sports park. Go to their website. Plenty of activities for all ages. So definitely check it out. There are two topics that I want to share with you today. The first one is because it's property tax time again. That means in August, if you own property in Park City, you received either from Summit County or from Wasatch County a tax notice. On that, you will have their valuation for 2021 for your property. This is your time to take a close look at it and see if you can reduce your tax. So we're going to look at that today. But we also want to look at the Park City real estate market, see what's been happening there in terms of number of sales, where they've occurred, prices, and just get a current overview of where the Park City area market is. We begin by looking at the number of sales. There were 2,855 sales over the past 12 months. This is homes, condominiums, and vacant land combined. This is all real estate brokerages combined. And that's actually up 91%, or 1,230 sales from a year ago. This graph here shows us a year-to-year comparison. The red bars represent the time of August 2020 through July 2021 in the categories of homes, condos, and lots. And the silver bars represent the 12-month period before that, so you can see a year-over-year comparison. You can see with homes that we saw a whopping 74% increase the number of transactions from 535 to 929 sales. Condos jumped 82% from 690 sales to 1,256. And if that wasn't enough, in the lot market, it was a 203% increase from 133 sales to 403 sales. So in every category, we saw the number of sales increasing. Now let's break it down more specifically. In the home category, we're going to break it into the Park City and the Snyderville Basin, the county area of Park City. And we see that 95% increase were the number of sales, jumping from 172 to 336 sales in the city limits. In the county area, we saw a 63% increase from 363 to 593. When we look at condominiums, we see similar increases, 92% increase in the city limits, climbing to 590 sales from the previous 308. And in the Snyderville Basin, 666 sales, a 74% increase from the previous year at 382. So lots of activity, lots of sales. Turning to vacant land, wow. In the Park City limits, not a lot of sales to begin with. A year ago, 25. Not really that many more now, 57, but it's a 128% increase. So land was also gobbled up. And in the Snyderville Basin, a 220% increase year over year from 108 to 346 sales. So when you look at all these graphs together, it gives you just one conclusion. That is, there's one big arrow pointing up, because in every category we've seen an increase, double-digit increase, and it's just been huge. So let's take a look at prices. Now here we're looking at medium sold prices, and again, looking at homes to begin with. The red bars, again, represent the past 12 months. The silver bars represent 24 months. And we're seeing a 31% appreciation for homes in the Park City limits. The new median price is $2,850,000 for homes in the city limits. That rose from $2,170,000. 38% increase in the Snyderville Basin, climbing from $1,300,000 as a median price to $1,800,000. $500,000 increase year over year. In condos in the city limits, we saw a 46% appreciation from $820,000 to $1,200,000. In the Snyderville Basin, very unusual, we see a decrease from median price $700,000 previously to $600,000. So what's going on there? This doesn't reflect a lack of interest in condos in the Snyderville Basin. It reflects a lack of inventory of more expensive properties. It turned up last year that the properties that were for sale in the Snyderville Basin in the condominium category were less expensive, smaller units. Therefore, they brought a lower price. So the lower price doesn't reflect a lack of interest, but just less expensive properties that sold. Vacant land, 5% increased in the Park City limits. Again, we didn't see a lot, but it rose from $1,300,000 to $1,360,000. And the Snyderville Basin, a 36% increase from the previous $476,000 and change, all the way up to $650,000. So again, we're seeing graphs that in almost every category, they went up, just one exception that I've addressed already. So it's another big green arrow pointing up in Park City's strong market, with prices increasing in most cases double digits and as high as 46% over the previous year. That's huge. And we also want to take a look at time on the market. This graph here tells us the average time on the market, and in this instance, I'm not going back a whole year, I'm going back 6 months. In the last 6 months, properties have been selling and closing on average in 55 days. So it's a little less than 2 months. That means they go under contract quickly, and then they close relatively quickly. 6 month period before that took just under 3 months, which was a record speed for us here. So, but it keeps getting faster. So we see that we've got a high demand market. People are selling. Properties are being bought up by purchasers. We're seeing they're paying more than ever before. We're seeing they're closing deals faster than ever. That's Park City real estate. Let's talk about how you can appeal your Park City property taxes. First thing you want to do is pull out your property tax notice. Here's behind me is a notice from Summit County. This should have arrived in your mailbox right around August 1st, so you should have it by now. We've taken a look at the statistics, so we know that values of properties are going up, and we expect them to continue to rise. When it comes to your tax notice, the county is looking at the value as of January 1st, 2021. So keep that in mind. You want to pull out the notice and you want to look at it quite carefully, because you have an opportunity between now and September 15th to appeal the valuation if it is wrong. If you don't appeal it, you're going to be giving your hard-earned money to the county, which perhaps you could have kept. So you should stop and you should take a look at this. In order to help you with this, I've recorded a webinar where I go item by item through your tax notice and help you look at it and look to see if it's correct or not. I've recorded and stored that webinar on my website at BuyParkCity.com/market info. In a moment, I'm going to show you how to see that. Now, in fact, let's just take a look at that. Okay. Here we are at BuyParkCity.com. What you want to do is you want to go up to the top under Market Info, highlight it, and click on it with your mouse. This will take you to this page, and there's 3 circles in the middle. It is entitled Webinar Library, and just hover over the round circle, click on it, and that will take you to that page. Here you're going to be looking at our archives of different webinars we've done over the past years. You're watching a Park City Market Talk webinar. If you clicked here, you'd be able to see past ones and watch them. We also have webinars specifically for buyers and our roundtables that deal with topics interesting to buyers. Same thing for sellers. And then you come down a little lower and you've got special topics and neighborhood webinars. Under the special topics webinar, click that, and there you go. You can see the how to appeal your property tax. All you do is click on this, watch the webinar. It's not long, but it walks you through your tax form. It answers questions that are likely going through your head, and it helps you decide if you have a situation where you can appeal your taxes. And it gives you direction how to do that. If you want our help, we help people, but often you can do this all by yourself. If you want, you can email me your tax notice. I'm happy to take a look at it, do a little bit of background research, and see if you're a candidate for an appeal. Send it to ron@thewilsteinteam.com, and happy to do that. Just send it as soon as possible. Don't wait till the last week, right before September 15th. But I'm happy to help you, save you some money if that's what you're entitled to. Well, we've looked at the Park City real estate market. We've seen how many sales there have been. We've seen how the prices have increased and how properties are selling quickly. You may be considering selling your property, and if that's you, if there's a couple things you'll want to know. You'll want to learn about your competition in today's market. It's a limited inventory market, but the difference between you having no competition or a little bit of inventory that you're competing with can have a significant impact if you're considering selling. You also want to find out how much a buyer today is willing to pay for your property. It's higher than in the past, there's no question about it. And we've seen buyers, frankly, overpay for properties because they wanted it so badly. They maybe missed out because they were in multiple offer situation. That wasn't going to happen to them again. Anyway, whether you're considering selling or you're just batting around the idea or you're just curious, give me a call at 435-487-0151. Happy to talk to you, happy to answer any questions you have. Or if you prefer, you can send me an email at ron@thewilsteinteam.com. I'm happy to provide you with a free property value assessment. We'll look at your property, we'll compare it to the competition in your neighborhood or your condominium property. We'll compare it to the greater competition in Park City and give you information so that you can decide if it's the right decision or not to sell. If you have general questions, email them to me. If you want to call back, include your phone number. Thank you for taking the time to watch this webinar. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it informative. Definitely bookmark our website, BuyParkCity.com. Got lots of valuable information there. We always keep it current.